trip because we'd never been on one before, for starters. And we figured with the short-term mission trip, it was easy for us to learn how this experience would go. We also felt a compelling need to give back to those that are less fortunate. We know this area was very much struggling, and that it was a very good way for us to give back to the community and to really let people see that God does care about them and to bring them Christmas.
I think one thing that's changed about my life most is the fact that I will no longer take Jesus for granted. I realize how important He is in my life and how much He does do for me and how blessed I am to be a child of God. And I thank Him for everything that He's done for me, for everything that He's going to do for me. And I thank Him for the opportunity to come on this trip and to change other people's lives. And in that, it has changed my life.
One thing that's going to be totally different about my life from here on out, I think, is just that I know what needs and wants are. I mean, we sit back in the United States and take our convenience for granted, take everything we have so much for granted when there's people here that have literally nothing. I mean, they don't have running water, they don't have heat, yet they're still smiling, they're still happy. It really makes you appreciate the things that we have. It really makes you want to pour out your love for those that don't have it, because you know how good life can be, and you see what they're going through, and it's just wow. I think a deeper love of people than I ever have before.
One of the most heartbreaking experiences that I've had here in Reynosa was that we encountered a man named Ramon, and he was very deep in his religion. He thought that religion was just something that you go to when you go to church. He didn't feel the love of God inside of him. He said that we were bad people for trying to convince him otherwise. He was just so deeply rooted in his particular religion that he didn't want to hear what we had to say. It's like his ears were closed to everything that we were trying to do for him or to say to him. And he was just very resistant. There's a great need, not only in Reynosa, but all across the world, for us to preach the gospel of Jesus Christ and to really tell people what God is all about and how He's manifesting Himself through us in our daily life.
One of the heartwarming moments was probably the juvie jail, was when we went to the juvenile detention center and saw the 14 guys that they were there. Really had probably no idea what we were doing there when we got there, but I think definitely by the time we left, they completely understood, because all 14 of them gave their heart and souls to God, which is great. It was just really amazing to see those guys kind of just soften up as the time went on, the different testimonies that were given, and then especially when one of our other fellow missionaries got up and did a little demonstration with the cross, which was just fantastic. But to see those guys live in conditions and see how they live day in and day out and are being continuously reminded of the things they've done bad, it was just awesome to bring them some kind of ray of hope that God does care about them and God does want them to turn their life around and really work for Him. And you could just see it on their faces when we left, how much encouragement we brought to them.